Howdy folks, Satish Gear here from Dallas, Texas. You're on this video most likely because your Facebook ad account got disabled. Now, take a deep breath, okay? It's okay. It has happened to me, it has happened to a lot of people, and we have recovered Facebook ad account, successfully. It does happen, it's normal, it's pretty normal. So if this is your first time, please take a deep breath, okay? And then know that there are options there. And I'm going to show you how you can recover your Facebook disabled ad account in this video. Now, first of all, we have to discuss why was your Facebook ad account disabled, okay? More than likely, it might have been a mistake on Facebook's part, okay? Now, the reason I say that is because Facebook uses this AI bot. Okay, it's, of course, obviously Facebook cannot deploy, a human being to check on every ad account. That's not possible, right? But they have this AI system built out, which is supposed to, detect any unusual activities, something wrong. Those things are supposed to be taken care of by the AI. And sometimes, more than likely, what happens is that this AI bot, flags it saying, hey, your ad account has been disabled. And then when you log into your ad account, you see this little red bar that says your ad account has been disabled. Now, more than likely, they'll let you review and, submit an appeal. We'll talk about that in a bit. But that's what happened to me, like 3 or 4 times that happened to me. And I resolved it by submitting an appeal and letting them know, hey, this is not correct. This doesn't make sense. And obviously, they took care of it. Now, let's go and talk about what other reasons might there be that, cause your ad account to be disabled. One of them could be that you might be posting, you might be violating a policy over and over. For example, let's say you posted an ad, you submitted an ad, right? And then your ad is like, something suspicious, okay? It's multi-level marketing or tobacco or alcohol or, too sensitive. For example, let's say you might be trying to promote that weight loss product, right? And you might have, made a mistake by, the idea is on Facebook, you cannot run you can run a personalized ad, but you're not supposed to directly tell people, hey, you're fat, you need to buy this product. You can't do that, okay? You have to do it in a different way. Okay, that's right. That might be the problem. So the problem might be that, hey, you might have violated one of the Facebook, ad policies. Okay, that might be the truth. But most likely, for most of my clients, mostly to me and most of my friends, it's not that, they violated a rule. It's because something, triggered the AI to flag your account to disable it. That might be the main reason. But now, once you go ahead and, you log into your Facebook ad account, you see that little red bar. It says, hey, your Facebook ad has been disabled. Now, please take a deep breath, okay? This is not the end. This is not the end of your, you're like, oh, but my business relies on Facebook. Yeah, mine does too. But, at this moment, I want you to, if this is a problem that's happening right now to you, I want you to pause the video, get a glass of water, okay? And just drink it. It's okay, okay? Your life will be fine, okay? You'll be fine. So don't worry about it, okay? So you'll be good to go. Now, my iPad died on me. I had my notes up there, but let me get on my laptop right there. So yeah, so more than likely that's the problem. So if this is happening to you right now, take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. You'll be fine. Trust me. Now, once you go and log into that, your Facebook, ad, you're gonna see a little red bar that says your ad account has been disabled, suspended, blah, blah, blah. It might say that, hey, it's been permanently disabled. It might say that, but beside that, on the right corner, there should be a link to appeal your account, okay? And whenever you go ahead and click on that appeal account, it's a lengthy process, not because it takes longer for them, it's just a lengthy process. Now, when you click on that, and if it's been over 6 months that you have verified your identity, you're gonna need to upload your driver's license, passport, something to verify that, hey, you are who you say you are on that Facebook. So you have to go ahead and do that. And, just upload it up, okay? And you cannot appeal until you verify your identity. So that's the main thing. So make sure you go ahead and click on that appeal button. It'll tell you need to verify your, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and upload your driver's license. Super easy, front and back. It takes about a day or 2, okay? And then when you go back and try to click on appeal, right? Then it will let you submit an appeal. Now, before that, it will not, okay? Now, when you do get to the appeal part, you have to be honest, guys. You cannot just, you cannot lie to them. They have all the data. So if you did make a mistake, tell them, okay, I made a mistake. I didn't know. Of course, that's not a real reason that you didn't know. The Facebook ad policy has been, under your nose for like such a long time. You should have read that before you ran that ad, but it happens. Life happens, things happen. So, okay, on that thing, you need to go ahead and talk about 3 things, okay? Number 1, okay, if you truly think you didn't make a mistake, and if you think this was an, AI flag, just be honest. Just be like, okay, I don't think this is my mistake. For example, okay, to me, I had one of my, Facebook ad page connected to my Shopify account, and then what happened is somehow Shopify API triggered something on my Facebook page to run that some sort of e-commerce ad. I didn't allow that. I might have missed something, right? And that caused one of my ad account to be, disabled, okay? And then when I logged in, I'm like, it doesn't make sense because, I've ran proper ads, and the reason they're saying I violated a rule, that does not make sense. So I told them, hey, hey Facebook, just be nice, don't yell, because the person who is going to be reviewing that message is a real human being. So you don't want to be mean. They're doing their job. You have to help them do their job. Keep in mind the fact that Facebook wants you to run ads. They want you back, okay? So I hate when people say, oh, Facebook banned me on Facebook ads because they didn't want me. That doesn't make sense. We are their customers. We're running ads, okay? People use Facebook for free, but I don't want to say this, but not just me, right? Guys, a lot, like, hundreds of, thousands of people like me, we're the one, helping Facebook become richer and richer. And there's nothing wrong with that because we're getting our benefit too. But know that Facebook does not, it's not like, they don't want you. You might have made a mistake and that might have caused the ban, but just know deep down that Facebook does want you to spend money on them. That makes sense. That's a basic, business sense. Now, on that appeal, here's what I want you to do, okay? Of course, like I said, if you don't think you'd made a mistake, straight up say, hey, I didn't make a mistake. This is an AI flag. If you do that, trust me, in 24 hours, boom, it's done. Now, if you did make a mistake, 3 things, okay? Number 1, of course, you're gonna do your verification. After that, 3 things, okay? Number 1 is see if you can go ahead and say, hey, I'm a legal business here, blah, blah, blah. If you have some documentation to support that you have been around for a long time, go ahead and upload that PDF as well. Number 2, explain what caused you to, make that mistake. Sometimes you got confused. People get confused. So tell them, hey, I got confused because blah, blah, blah. Last but not least, tell them, okay, I have reread. You should, okay, you should read the privacy policy, Facebook ad policy. Just tell them, hey, I've read the policy and, this mistake won't be happening ever again. Could you please reinstate my account? Okay, again, you have to tell them what happened, what caused you to think that, hey, you made this mistake, okay? Sometimes if you don't know what the mistake is, here's how you can do the appeal. So go through the process, right? But on the appeal, just say, hey, I've been in business around in Dallas for this many years. This is my, incorporation proof that I'm a real human being. I have a real company here. I just don't get it. I don't know why my account was, my ad account was suspended. Could you really help me out? If you say that, sometimes you might not know the reason, right? And if you send that as an appeal, a real human being will take a look at your report and say, hey, this guy doesn't seem like he's running anything, bad ads or like he's not violating. So let me go ahead and disable it. And it's just, most of the time I get an email back saying, hey, sorry, for your inconvenience, blah, blah, blah. Thanks, sorry for our mistake. That's the email most people get when their account gets reinstated back, because it's not like I said, most of those ad disabled, it's not really your fault. They are, but it's not, most of them I've seen is not really, because you made a mistake. So if this is happening to you right now, calm down. More than likely, you'll be fine in a couple of days. Okay, so now, how do you avoid these kind of, ad account disabled in future? So what do? Is number 1 is okay, let me show you to you. There is this page, right? There's this page on Facebook. It's called Facebook ad, policies. you should read it, okay? It's like this, okay? It tells you, you know, for example, obviously you should not be running Ponzi scam, you know, is in MLM ads. For example, let's say a client might tell you, hey, you know, can you run this ad? You're like, okay, sure, I can run this ad, but make sure that, you know, you're not working for a client who's selling things that doesn't make sense, you know, lose weight, lose 50 pounds in 3 months without exercise, right? These things don't exist, so make sure you don't run those kind of ads. If you do run those kind of ads, make sure the first rule of not getting your ad account banned is to make sure that you create multiple business account, okay? You don't run ad on a personal account, okay? You never do that. Never ever run an ad through your personal account. Create a business account, which you guys know how. If you don't, just Google it, right? And then create an account for, like, you know, your clients, for your business 2, business 3. Now, sometimes more than likely, I also want you to go ahead and use your clients, you know, business accounts, so that, you know, tell them, hey, add me as a user, add me as an admin on the account, and I'll run the ads for you. I encourage people to do that versus running their ad on yours, so that you don't get, you know, slapped on the face, okay? By that hurts. By Facebook. Now, number 2, don't run ads that have like sensational, you know, content. Oh, you know, 50 ways, blah, blah, blah. 50 ways to get, you know, retire in your 20s. Calm it down, okay? Tone it down. There are better ways to run those ads, okay? So you can just be like that, okay? Make sure you're not using, like, you know, profanity or, like, you know, a lot of grammar mistake, which is fine, but, you know, make sure it's like there, okay? And then make sure, you know, you don't run ads that have like before and after. Like, for example, you know, before fat and then, you know, after like so handsome. Don't run ads like those guys. Sometimes, yes, you run an ad, it gets approved. It does not mean that, you know, Facebook, it got approved, but they can still come back and tell you, hey, you ran that kind of ad. You cannot run those kind of ads. So make sure to be super careful. So my biggest takeaway, your biggest takeaway from this video is a couple of things, okay? Now, if your ad account is banned right now, deep breath, you'll be fine. Trust me, okay? Trust me, you'll be fine, okay? Number 2 is go through the appeal process. And, you know, when that appeal process is, you know, it's going through, it might take a couple of days, sometimes a week or so if it's weekend or holidays. Don't freak out. Like I said, Facebook wants your money. So they don't want to lose you as a customer. So they're trying to find ways to see, hey, you did not break a law or you know, the policies that they have. And if you did really break that, you know, some sort of policy, tell them why you got confused, okay? I hope you're not running like, you know, adult content, you know, ads on Facebook. I hope you're not, but, you know, maybe you ran an ad that had a little bit of cleavage, right? And that might have caused it to, you know, flag you. Just tell them, hey, it was an honest mistake. I did not mean to run that kind of ad. Sorry, I apologize. It will not be happening again. I have reviewed all the Facebook ad policies. Be honest, okay? That's the number 2 takeaway. And last but not least is to, you know, prevent that, you know, preventing from getting your ad account blocked is reading and going through that ad policy. That's 1. Number 2 is using a business account. You're separating it out so it doesn't, you know, if one of your ad account, you know, gets suspended, it doesn't affect your other accounts. And don't run ads on your personal account, okay? That's a given, but if not, you got it. Now, if you want more content just like this, what you can do is hit that red button. I talk about sales, I talk about marketing, I talk about, you know, making money. So that is what I do, and I hope to bring more content just like this to you. But please do me a favor and subscribe right now.